Let them speak. Review. Patterns 14. How to compare. Please repeat or answer. Is she the most jealous woman? Isn't he the best-looking guy? Will that be a lot lighter? Will that be a lot lighter than this? Wasn't that the cutest dog? Is your dog as big as mine? Was she the least attractive? Were you as greedy as him? Is she as shy as my sister? Who was the youngest? Which was the softest material? Were they as tough as them? Wasn't he the best football player? Will it be the most dangerous place? Isn't he the biggest liar? Where did you get your most expensive purse? Were you as tired as him? Is that the freshest fruit? Will that be hotter than here? Who will be the most understanding? Isn't he the most confused? Was it as confusing as this? Is she sadder than you? Is that a lot better job? Does she have the cleanest house? Isn't he cuter than him? Was she a lot sharper than him? Will that be the best option? Will that be a lot better option? Will that be as good an option? Who is the laziest? How is this watch different than that one? How were their apartments different than mine? Who is the nicest person? Wasn't she happier? Is she the prettiest? Is she as pretty as her? Isn't it as good as that? Was that the least expensive ticket? Wasn't he a lot less hardworking? Wasn't that cake more delicious? Wasn't that the most delicious cake? Was she much more angry than him? Will they be a lot stronger than them? Isn't that the same as this? Is that book similar to that book? Was that car different from this one? How are Chicago and New York different? Isn't that the same as this pen? Will it be almost the same as this TV? Was she like him? Isn't he like your brother? Wasn't his phone the same as yours? What was the difference between that school and your school? Will it be the best? Is she as tired as you? Does she work as much as you work? Was she a little happier? Were they a lot more expensive? Wasn't it similar to that car? Wasn't it the same as that car? Wasn't it different from that car? Who was a little taller? What was a lot bigger? Who is a lot older? Will she be a lot prettier? Won't it be the greatest? Won't that be the worst? Will she be much thinner? Isn't it different than that house? How were they different? How will it be different? Wasn't it almost the same as that chair? Isn't it like her purse? Isn't it like her purse? Wasn't he a lot less interested? Wasn't it the least comfortable? Were they a lot less understanding? Isn't she as smart as him? Was she a lot more careful? Isn't she a little cuter? Wasn't it more delicious? Were they the same as those? Were her clothes a lot cheaper than his? Who was the most satisfied? Wasn't that car a little smaller? Does she have the smallest dog? Is that a lot less delicious than that? Is he as helpful as her? Who was as happy as her? Will that be the least affordable? Were you as good as her? How were they different? What is the difference between this pen and that one? What book is the same as this one? Wasn't it a lot less humid? Weren't they a little more talented? Was it different from this shirt? Wasn't she a little richer? Won't that be a lot less tasty? How are his shoes different from your shoes? Isn't she stronger than you? How were they different? Weren't you as sick as her? Was that as good as this? Wasn't he the best looking guy? Was he the most disappointed? How is this computer different from that computer? Will it be the loudest? Weren't they a lot more stubborn? Wasn't she as tired as you? Was that almost the same as this? Weren't they as healthy as you? Was she more sincere than her? Were you as ashamed as her? Wasn't it similar to that? Were you as worried as her? What is the best beach? Where is your favorite city? Will that be as spicy as this? What is the scariest movie? Was that the longest bridge? Isn't that school as big as your school? Who is your youngest sister? Isn't she the funniest teacher? Was he a lot more serious? Were you as careful as her? Where was it the quietest? Isn't she the kindest person? Was he as kind as her? Wasn't it a lot less expensive? Weren't they the sweetest? Wasn't that the weirdest thing? When was she the most worried? Who is the sleepiest? Where is it the highest? When was it a lot more boring? Who is the least friendly? Who is the most excited? Where is it as beautiful as this? When is it the quietest there? Who will be the nicest? Wasn't it a lot more interesting? Does she plan on buying the biggest car? Doesn't it sound like the most terrible idea? Is it all right to bring the older kids? Wasn't she set to start solving her latest puzzle? Did she decide to eat the most delicious pie? Does he enjoy fixing the oldest machines? Does he look forward to taking the longest bus ride? Does he look forward to taking the longest bus ride? Isn't she going to be meeting all of the poorest students? Does it feel like she is the strangest employee? Didn't they used to read the newest books? Was he interested in getting the smallest computer? Did you see her buying the cheapest TV? Do you like listening to his newest song? Didn't she decide to get him the largest cake? Does she have trouble finding older songs? Didn't he manage to sell his best CDs? Did she have you get the longest rug? Doesn't she need to help the most depressed girl? Didn't they end up going to the most reasonable resort? Did she happen to leave on the coldest day? Wouldn't she rather take the lighter box? Were you able to contact your youngest sister? There is no use talking to her bigger brother. I couldn't help buying the best-looking shoes. Does she plan on buying the biggest car? Is it all right to bring the older kids? Did he try to buy the biggest house? Would they like to eat the most delicious dessert? Didn't it taste like the best apple? Were they done doing the hardest work? Did she manage to date the best-looking guy? Did he enjoy talking to that scary guy? Didn't he plan to buy the softest couch? Were they supposed to give her the cleanest shoes? Didn't they decide to go to a more dangerous beach? Is it okay to get the most expensive shoes? Did he know how to fix the oldest car? Should they have picked the most honest guy? Is the smartest kid going to win the contest?